So this one is probably going to be longer because I have to put all the two that TikTok's bitch ass, them dumb bastards at TikTok, them liberal savages. Most of them are probably homosexuals and drag queens any damn way. But long story short, I got to redo it all. And this is why I hate TikTok. This is why I wish the United States government actually would ban TikTok. Because I'm not going to keep redoing videos because you stupid motherfuckers are offended by what somebody is saying. You drag queens, you better bitches that's up in there. So, as I was saying, as we left, and I'm just going to put all the last few videos that they took the sound off of and remove and all this other bullshit together. And the reason why I spread them out because they're going on 7 different platforms. And if all the platforms allowed you to at least do an hour of recording, which scoops, which is just stupid. God, I hate this fucking society. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If as a black person you are not fed up with this entire system, it's because you have not suffered enough. And I think that you need to be put under more intense suffering, more intense burdens, and more intense oppression. Because clearly you haven't suffered enough under this system. So, as the man was talking about all these good things that the white people done for him and how it was better working for them and being around them than it is being around his own people, there's only a half truth to that. But if he was able to see the bigger picture, the bigger spiritual picture of the matter, then he will actually be able to understand why all of that is. So, why are there good white people? See, when you're in high school and middle school and your children, there's no need for those systems, or the system, you don't understand the system because you're a kid. But the moment you become an adult, the system is in full effect because all of those white children that you were friends with in school, they're going to get better and more because of that system. They're going to get jobs, and you're going to get disqualified from jobs. They're going to get homes and loans, and you're disqualified from all of those things. They're going to get that economical package that you will not get. And that is the system. And that has nothing to do with how he treats you, or how he smiles at you, or how he laughs at you, or how good of friends that you were when you were children. Because none of that matters. Even the scripture says that when I became a man, I put childish things aside. When you become an adult, all that childhood bullshit no longer matters, because all that matters now is the system that you're in and surviving inside that system. While they're passing down homes to their children. Your white friends you went to school with, their moms don't pay for their houses because their moms passed those houses down, and those houses are going to be passed down to him when he gets out of high school, while you are going to have to go and die for your house. If you think it's equal because he laughs and smiles at you, you are sorry. And those are the type of black people that we have in our community. They don't understand the picture from its biggest point. And they have destroyed the message of the righteous. They have destroyed the message of those that sought to free our people. But black people have done that with everybody that's done anything good for them. See, most people only like Malcolm X now because he's dead. When Malcolm X was alive, most black people hated him. Because that's how sick the black race is. They're sick. You are sick. And so because of that, we have this divide in this system. The divide of, I don't think, you now you got black people, I don't experience racism. I don't experience any of those things. The white man treats me good. Sick as a race, sick as a people. That's why the white man doesn't have to do too much now, because he knows his stupid niggas will do all the work for him. His stupid niggas are going to go attack everyone that's speaking against them. His stupid niggas are going to go and do everything against the people that are trying to help their community. He knows this. And the examples are so out there. LeBron James is a great big example. You black people hate LeBron James for no reason. And he is nothing but a symbol of black excellence. And that's why I say, a lot of my horrible experience, that's why I say that dude that said those things in his video, he was only correct to an extent. Because me working for white people, I have been treated very well by white people. I've been promoted. I've been hired based off my skills. I've been paid. And I have not been sabotaged. But when I've been around black people, you're sabotaged, you're lied against, they steal, they cheat, they're lazy, they don't show up to work. It is an overall horrible experience working with, for, or around black people. And see, those low-grade people of our community, when something happens to them, they're the first ones to scream racism. It's not even the ones of us that are truly oppressed. They scream it first. They go out there and shoot up a hood, and then a white man comes up and shoot them in the face, and now all of a sudden he's a racist. No, you deserve to get shot in the face, man. It is the wicked of this race that must be destroyed, because they have done nothing but cause chaos, confusion, and destruction everywhere and with everything they touch. That's why I say watch out for them Negroes that put blonde hair in their head. My mama taught me that as a little boy. There was one day, because like I said, when I was in school, all my friends were white. I did all the whitewater rafting, the hiking, the hunting, the shooting. I'm an Eagle Boy Scout. The highest level there is in the Boy Scouts. I did all of those things because my mama knew how sick this race of people is. And she didn't want me to nowhere around them. She didn't want me nowhere around them. Every chance she got, my mama took me and got me away from black people. Every chance she got. But me being hard-headed, me learning all these things and having knowledge, I wanted to teach and show the people this system. But most of you black folks don't even give a damn about nothing. You don't give a damn about nothing. You don't give a damn. If it ain't about Hennessy, backwoods, or some hoe shaking her ass, you people, you black folks do not care. The wicked. But just because the white man smiles and gives you things and he does things for you, that does not mean he's not right. That does not mean he's not a part of that system to uphold that system of racism. Because every white person that is on this face of this planet of Earth, the moment they were born, they were taught how to uphold this system of racism. And if you think because he smiles at you that he's not going to do what his mama tells him to do, because his mama's got the money and his mama's got the inheritance and his mama's got the house and the cars that she's going to pass down to him, and they say it just like this: if you don't do what I say, you're not getting any of this stuff. And guess what them white folks is going to do? They're going to say, screw them people. It's about this system, and we're going to uphold it to the best of our ability. This is why white folks go to work. This is why they accepted this system. This is why they accepted to go to work every day, 9 to 5. This is why they accepted loans. This is why they accepted taxes. This is why they accepted these things, because they knew they had the upper hand. Now that upper hand is coming down, and that's why they're complaining. That's why they're talking about equality. That's why they're talking about coming together. Because their portion of the blessing is over. And the fact that you Negroes cannot see this after 500 years tells me that you are sick as a people. You are so sick that you ought to be thrown back into captivity. Back onto a cotton plantation. Because you have proven time and time again that that's what you love. That's what you love. So just because he gives you things, and have I had white folks that have taken great care of me? Yes. I've had, well, matter of fact, white folks have taken better care of me than my own people. This is the truth of the matter. They have done better things for me than my own people. But let me tell you what they did not do. They did not give you they did not give me the economic, political, or religious power that they have stolen back to me. They give you everything else. They do everything else for you, but the things that matter. And that's what matters. That's what matters. Because growing up, most of my friends were all white. But the moment we hit adulthood, we never spoke to each other again. You know why that is? Because of the system. So if you think that just because he gives you a little thing, oh, he gave me this for my truck, he gave me this for this, he gave me this for that, but did he give you your land back? Storage. Alright, so that system. The system, when he knows, because he knows that he owns that system. And he knows that he has done so well that it is hard for you to pinpoint each part of that system. So the system of racism, which is political, economical, and religious. Now, off of that system comes rules, guidelines, codes, and standards. And that's where the term prejudice comes in. Because in order for racism to exist, prejudice must be a part of it. And that's how you're treated differently based off your color, because of the prejudice, which is another part of economical, political, and religious. So, are there good white people? It does, when it comes down to where it really matters. And I'm not talking about the white people that get on TikTok and talk about racism and get on, oh, racism is bad, we got to stop it. Of course. Well, if you want to stop racism, how about you give up your mama and daddy's house and that land and all the money in your bank account and all of your cars and all of your churches, jewelry, and all that stuff, because none of it is yours. See, that's good white men. Because to redo racism, you have to give back everything. And that would leave the white race with nothing. Because it would leave them the way they were when they came out of the caves. With nothing. With absolutely nothing. And you think they're going to go back to that? See, they act like they forget their history. Oh, they know their history. That's why they don't want to go back to it. Because they know the vile, filthy, lucrative European cave dark ages history. And they don't want to go back to it. So if you think a white man is a good man, just be a good white man just because he smiles at you and does all these things, and he gets on TikTok and he gives you a little subsidy, or he does certain things for you, it doesn't change the fact that he is still beneficiaries of this very system that has killed and murdered and hung and lynched and buried your ancestors, that has stolen your information, your God, your technology, your architects, that has stolen all these different things from you. And it's all okay for most black people. I don't care about none of that because they don't even know half of it exists. I don't care about none of that. I don't believe in none of that. And that's what kills me with a lot of black people. I don't believe in that. As if somehow your black ass believe mean any damn thing to anybody. What you believe means nothing. Because once again, you're in a system where you are nothing. And if you can't figure that out, then I don't know what to tell you. It's just like a wise black woman said. A wise black woman. Because, just like you could go in any hood, in any community, just like the scripture says, from one family I take one, and from a city I take three. So the Lord is saying from each family, one of them is actually righteous. And from each city, only 3 of them is righteous. So let's bring that number realistically. Let's just say you're in Cleveland. And the whole city of Cleveland, there's only 3 righteous men. 3 righteous Negroes that follow Yahushua in truth and in honesty. You meant to tell me in a whole city there's only 3? That's facts. Now amplify that number for all the cities throughout the country. That's the amount of righteousness that you have among our people. The rest of them are wicked, vile heathens. That does nothing but cause chaos and destruction for their own people. And they do it for fun. The white man doesn't even pay them to do it. A lot of these Negroes, they do this stuff for free. That's how bum they are. They lie for free. They steal for free. They cheat for free. They do all these things for free and still don't have nothing. You know that dude. Everyone knows that dude in the hood that do nothing but scam, lie, steal, and cheat and still don't have shit. I had one of those dudes in Ohio. In Canton, Ohio. He stayed with me for a while. And all that dude does is scam, lie, steal, and cheat. And he still don't have shit. He hasn't had his own apartment in over 10 years. These are the same Negroes that go from motel to motel, Airbnb to Airbnb, motel to motel, Airbnb and Airbnb. And they never ever have a whole house to themselves, an apartment. They do all this scamming, credit cards, this and that and the other, and still don't have no money. They still ask you for a cigarette. All that damn stealing, you should be rich. And that's what a white man did. All the stealing he did made him rich. How come you ain't rich, nigga? All that stealing, lying, and cheating you doing. And to make matters worse, you doing all the stealing and lying and cheating from your own communities that ain't got the, when you get, and that's the craziness of how sick the majority of this race is. Because only a remnant of this race is righteousness. So let's do the numbers for that. If there are 42, according to the 2020 United States Census, there are 42 2.7 million Negroes in America. Now the Lord said 2/3 of them will be destroyed, which is 28 million of that 42 million. So out of that 42 million minus 28 million, that's 32, 22, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. There's only 12 million Negroes that are good. Now out of that 12 million, another 2/3 of that is wicked. And out of that number that you have left, that is the remnant of the house of Israel. So it's not just the white race. It is the system that they have created. And it is the system that our people, that the black people have brought. Hook, line, and sinker. And a wise black woman said, and what got me on that is because you go in any city, most of the people are going to be wicked. You find 1, 2, 3, maybe 10. This is why Abraham was bidding with the Most High when the Most High said, I'm going to go destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And Abraham is like, all of them ain't wicked. And the Most High said, yes, they all are. And Abraham said, no, they're not. The Most High said, okay, go find me 1. Go find me 2. Go find me 3. Okay, go find me 10. And Abraham couldn't even find 1. And I can say that to any of you Negroes, go in your hood and find me 10 righteous Negroes. You won't be able to find 1. You're going to have to look with the magnifying glass up and down and in corners. And you're going to have to look like, you're going to have to be Carmen Sandiego to find a righteous Negro. Because they have adapted the ways of the heathen. And the Lord specifically say, learn not the ways of the heathen. But a lot of our people have not only learned the ways of the heathen, but they've mastered those ways. And that's why you see a lot of black children missing. Because the Lord said that He will destroy and He will exterminate the wicked of our people. And those are the wicked that you're seeing being destroyed, disappearing, being shot in the streets by the police. Because I tell you what, of all of my lives in this country, I have not ever been harassed by a police officer. Ever. I've been arrested and put in jail for being homeless. But that's the system. You can expect that. That's who they are. But I have not ever had a police officer pull a gun or any of that mess on me, because you know why? I am a righteous person. And when you follow the laws of God, the Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh, His laws, statutes, and commandments, no evil will come upon thee. Not one source of evil shall come upon thee. But a whole bunch of evil has come upon a lot of our people because they are indeed wicked. And they have earned that evilness in full sinker. Now, of all the black men that the police have killed, were all of them wicked? No. Maybe 1 or 2 of them were, but most of them, you can guarantee they were. They were. They were. You see these Negroes out here doing horrible things when we're supposed to be God's people. Doing horrible things, and then when a white man pulls up or shoots them or arrests them, they're the first ones that get on TV and talk about racism. But wait a minute, those are also the same Negroes. I don't believe in none of that. Don't keep that stuff away from me. I don't want to hear that. I don't believe in none of that. But now they're on TV screaming racism. What? So, the guy on his Facebook channel, he had a point when he said that white folks have treated him very well. But what he failed to realize is that they still have not given him anything that they have stolen from him. And that's what determines a good white man. That determines a good white man. Is he going to give up his? It's just like that parable Christ used to get for the rich man. Because he was... I wish I used that parable because he was actually talking about Edom. They have all the riches. They stole the riches from the world. And the rich man came to Yahweh and said, what can I do? And Yahweh said, give everything back. Give it all back. And that's something that the white race will never do. Willingly, they would never do that. Because it would leave them where they were when they came out of the caves. Impoverished, poor, with nothing. That's why they had to steal everything in the first place. Stealing, scamming, robbing, cheating. That's a poor man's sport. And you Negroes make that shit like it's cool. Oh, I'm out here. I'm a robber. I rob a nigga. I rob her. But you still broke. That doesn't make no sense to me. I had a dude that I let stay in my house. His name is Justin Williams. He's a bum. All he does is lie, steal, and cheat, and still don't have shit. Still to this day, he's going from hotel to hotel, Airbnb to Airbnb like a bum, because they ain't got nowhere to go. And they've been doing that for years. Years. Doing drugs and scamming and lying and robbing and cheating, and still broke. But those are the same Negroes. When a white man comes upon their loins, they're going to scream, racism! Oh no, racism! Ah! Because the true people that are actually affected and oppressed don't speak. We went and got their degrees. We went to their schools. We mastered their system. That's what the true of us do. We master their system. But not those Negroes. They find any easy way out they can. They take any easy way out they can. And then when it gets tough, racism. And that has destroyed the message of the righteous. It has destroyed our words. That's why the Most High God is taking them all out. And their children are disappearing. We had another dude that just went missing right up the street. Everyone's like, we're doing a search party. No, I can tell you where he is. An angel took him, drugged him to that porter, and dragged him straight to hell. That's where your son is. He's burning in hell where he belongs. But you Negroes would do everything else but bow down to the ways and the laws and the statutes and commandments of your Father and your God. I don't believe none of that. Which is crazy because the entire system is literally based off your God. And it is based off your history. The entire system of the world is based off you. I don't believe in that. When I say that the black race is a sick, wicked, stupid race, it is. And only a remnant of us have an eyes to see. The problem is a remnant is nowhere near enough to take down a system as powerful as this. And that's where the problem lies. Because now we're stuck. Because you don't want to go to the hood. Because you're going to get robbed. You're going to get... It's loud. They're ghetto. They're stupid. They're dirty. But then you don't want to go to the white neighborhoods. Because you're going to have to deal with that system head on. So what do? And you would spend 400 years going back and forth. Back and forth. 400 years going back and forth between good white man, bad white man. Good white man, bad white man. Good white man, bad white man. And like the wise black woman said, if there were 500 rattlesnakes, you think I'm going to go through 500 rattlesnakes and figure out which one wants to bite me? No. I'm going to get rid of all the rattlesnakes. And it's the same thing with the white race. You think I got time? Working all day, every day. You think I got the time to figure out which one of these white devils is good and which one of them is not? You have lost your damn mind. You have utterly lost your damn mind. Because did they take the time to figure out which Negroes were righteous and which ones weren't? No, they didn't. They said, you're all thugs. You're all liars. You're all thieves. You're all poor. You're all broke. You're all this. You're all that. Well, what's good is good. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If we are all of those things, then you, white man, are all of you are all of those things too. See, he wants his cake and eating it too. And there's going to be a lot of Negroes that give him his cake. And if they won't allow him to eat it, they would give him his cake and feed it to him. Here, massa. I love you so much, massa. You can never do no wrong against me, massa. I love you so much, massa. And those are the Negroes that you're seeing being destroyed. Those are the Negroes that are always on the news and they're always a part of some bullshit. Always doing something. Doing something. Those are those Negroes. That's who they are. But hey, racism doesn't exist, right? Because again, you get people base racism based off how you're treated. Based off how nice somebody or not nice somebody is to you. And all these idiots, even the white people, going around using the term racist for dumb shit. But see, the white people do that as a form of gaslighting. Black people, you should know better, you would think, actually. At least, you would think. You would think. But most of y'all ain't no better than they are. Y'all just like them because you have sought your whole life to be just like him. Instead of trying to be like your God and your Father and his image that you were made in. You tried to be like the heathen and his God and his Father. Whose image of you he totally and utterly despised. He despised your image so much so that he went around the entire earth and erased all of those images and made them of himself. Oh, he's a good white man. You got to be one silly little monkey. And that's why I stay away from it. I stay out of it because we did this with the attempt to bring knowledge and understanding to our people. And our people, just like they've done since the desert, just like they've done since Barnabas and Yahushua, when they let Barnabas go free. Negroes have always been horrible people. Just like they done when they picked Saul to be their king over the righteous king. You Negroes have every time, all throughout history, you have always made the wrong decision. And then you complained about the consequences of that wrong decision that you made. And I tell you what, this ain't going to last another 400 years. This ain't going to last another 100 years, another 75 years. Baby, this ain't even going to last another 10. This is done. This is over. And this is why a lot of Negroes are being destroyed as we speak. Just like the European races are all being destroyed. There's a lot of our people being destroyed. I can take you right up the street now and there's a billboard full of all these missing children, black children that went missing in the last 7 months to the last 3 years. And I'm here to tell you that your children were snatched up by angels. And they were dragged into the portal. And they were dragged to the pits of hell. And if they weren't picked up by the angels, the Most High sent an evil man, an evil person, to come take your children and do evil things to them. Because you as a race have yet to bow to your God and ask him for forgiveness for all your vile sins that we've all committed in captivity. Because that's the point of this system. The point of this system is to turn you out, dope you up, and defile you. That's the point of this system. That is the system of racism. Political, religious, and economic. Economically break you. Politically demonize you. And religiously defile you. Just like the man said in the Gap Band. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. And in this country, I have never been so high. So to hear black people get on their social media and defend because you have what? Maybe 3% of the white people that are actually good. Maybe 5 at the most, 7, give or take. And you expect me to go through a whole race for 7%? You lost your damn mind. You lost your damn mind. You lost your damn mind. And just like the white people in my life, I'm not coming to you. You're going to come to me. And you're going to give unto me what you have stolen. And I'm not going to have to tell you nothing because you already know what you have done as a race. You already know your history. Even though you pretend that you don't. And you pretend like it's not true. You already know what you have done. Has there been white people that have treated me very well? Like I said before, most white people have treated me better than my own people. But that this still does not change the system and the effect of the system. That despite how good those white folks have treated me, they have yet to still give me my land. They have yet to still give me all of my economical information. And they have yet to still give me all of my religious texts. Not to mention, my family is the Patterson Car Company. Charles Patterson is my great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy. So go research the Patterson Car Company, and that's my family, a wealthy family. And our wealth was stolen from us by Ford. And the white man has yet to give that back to the Patterson family. So don't tell me about no good white man just because he smiles and gives you a part for your truck, you crazy little Negro. Go on somewhere. All praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All praises to the angels of the four corners of the earth, Michael of the east, Gabriel of the west, Raphael of the south, Uriel of the north. All praises to Baal Shem Yahushua HaMashiach Yahweh Shai, the slain lamb, who was hung from a tree. And all praises to Rahuach Aklim Gadash, the great wife to a man who does not have a wife, and the great father to the man who does not have a father, which is mostly you niggas. So, we give praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Salah, so be it. Shalom, shalom.